Respected principal, respected teachers, and my dear students of Kendriya Vidyalaya Naval Base, Cochin. My greetings to every one of you on this 75th Independence Day of our country. I have immense pleasure in spending some time with you and wishing you a very happy Independence Day. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is N Ramachandran. I am a former officer of the Indian Police Service. In the IPS, I belonged to the Assam Meghalaya cadre, and I retired as the Director General of Police. I'm also connected with the Wellington Island. I was in fact posted as the chairman of the Cochin Port Trust from 2005 to 2011. So I have some very fond memories of the Wellington Island and the your school also. Now coming to our Independence Day subject. You have all studied history and you are familiar with the stories of how the Europeans came to India and how the British established their rule over India. You are also familiar with how our great leaders fought for several decades to achieve our freedom. You are familiar with Mahatma Gandhi's leadership of the Indian freedom movement and how he used non-violence and love as a weapon to drive away the British. So today we are celebrating the 75th anniversary of our independence, which means 74 years back the Britishers left India, allowing us to rule our country. And this has been a very momentous achievement by our freedom fighters. But what I want you to reflect today is about how India has progressed since 1947, after we achieved independence. You must be aware that during their rule, the British had literally looted India, looted our country of our wealth. And by the time they left in 1947, India was an extremely poor country. We were not even producing enough food grains to feed our population. And we had to depend on very large amounts of food imports, import of food grains from different countries. But through sheer hard work of our people, we have been able to grow out of that situation, and we have been making tremendous progress in almost every field as far as nation building is concerned. You must have heard about what is called the Green Revolution. In the 1960s, our agricultural scientists and and administrators, they had spearheaded the Green Revolution, introducing modern methods of scientific cultivation, and today India is producing surplus food grains, which means we produce far more than what we actually require. We are in a position to export food grains to other countries. Similarly, our industries have also grown, and we manufacture almost everything that India needs today. In other fields also we have made tremendous progress. In fact, you'll be surprised to know that when the Britishers left India in the year 1947, only 12% of our population was able to read and write. Only 12% of our population was literate. Today, our literacy rate, India's literacy rate is nearly 77%. In fact, as far as Kerala is concerned, we have nearly 100% literacy. But even then, many parts of the country are still having large pockets where people are illiterate or people who cannot read and write. Even our schools are not evenly distributed. We have excellent schools in the cities or in some states, but we have fairly bad schools or poor schooling facilities in many other states. So the urban poor divide is still a very big problem in our country. Urban rural divide. Another point I want to tell you about is life expectancy. In the year 1947, India's life expectancy was only 32 years, which meant that a man or woman who was born in the year 1947 could, on an average, expect to live up to 32 years. But today, our life expectancy is 70 years. And in fact, as far as Kerala is concerned, it is 75 years. So, we have developed, how have we improved our life expectancy? Because our healthcare systems have improved, our quality of living has improved. Similarly, you take the case of electricity. There was a time when only the cities used to have electricity. Villages were not at all electrified in this country. But today, every village in this country is electrified. So India has done tremendous, achieved tremendous progress. Today we have built modern roads, railway lines, metros, schools, colleges, and hospitals. Our IT industry is one of the best in the world. While we have achieved so much during the last 74 years, we still need to remind ourselves that there is a very long way to go. Because in spite of all that I told you, nearly 25% of our population are still poor. And out of that 25%, nearly 85 million people live in extreme poverty. So that is a very sad situation. So what I am trying to tell you is that after independence, although India has made tremendous progress, we have a very long way to go. And it would be your responsibility, the responsibility of all those who are in colleges and schools today, to work very hard, because you are the future citizens of the country. And if you work even harder, you will be able to take India to the next level, to improve our prosperity levels, to reduce our poverty levels, and take India to a different league altogether. So that none of our people have to go to bed without having food. So that there are good schools, there are good hospitals, good roads, and all good facilities all over the country. For all this to happen, the responsibility is on you. You will need to really work hard and work for the progress of the country. In fact, when you work for your own progress, self-improvement, and your own ambitions, when you realize the country's ambitions also will grow proportionately. Now listen carefully. For India's growth, we need to have good engineers. We need to have good doctors, we need good teachers, we need good scientists, and we need good business people, good administrators, good police officers, and above all, we need very good citizens. So, your future and the country's future are closely intertwined. I want each one of you to develop a vision and an ambition for yourself, and you start working towards realizing those ambitions. In a very focused and determined manner, you work hard to achieve your goals, and that way you will be able to achieve the national goals that we are all wanting to realize. I wish you all the very best, and I wish you a very happy Independence Day. Jai Hind.